No, we haven't thought too much about that. Obviously, a lot of those clashes have been against Australia, a very strong side, and you come here to world events and you play a variety of opposition at all different grounds. So yeah, for us, it's just sticking to basics. The style of cricket that's important to us, and looking forward. Yeah, I mean, it was a great game, and obviously unfortunate for us not to be on the right side. But yeah, I mean, Australia were outstanding in that game. Tomorrow, yeah, I mean, it's first game of the tournament. Every team wants to start and get a little bit of momentum early, as is always important in these sorts of short events. So nice to play against Australia first up, and it should be a good game. Yeah, preparation's always varied regardless of what happens, even if it's perfectly planned. And it was nice to get those games in back home, some really competitive cricket, and then nice to be over here in Australia and get into some preparation. There's a balance between doing more and trying to make sure guys are fresh, and I suppose you factor in some of the uncontrollables. We've had a bit of weather and all that, as we have today as well. So yeah, it's good. The guys are really looking forward and excited to the start of the comp. Yeah, for those reasons, and we haven't seen the pitch either. It was covered all this morning. So yeah, we won't confirm an 11 just yet, because yeah, if it's shortened, then it will be likely to change. So we just have to wait and see tomorrow, much closer to the match, and have a look at the pitch. I mean, it certainly doesn't stop us trying to do our best and win regardless of whatever records are behind us. But yep, they're a good team. They know their conditions well. They're very clinical at home and in most places that they play, which is a reflection of where they stand in the game. So there is that respect. For us, we want to keep committing to what's important to our game. We know that we have a number of match winners throughout. And the team's looking forward to the comp. We've had a number of good clashes over the years and a number of good series as well. And I guess most recently, probably the last World Cup. So it's nice to be here again at another world event, and the team's looking forward to that. There's a likelihood that they'll come across each other. But yeah, I mean, same thing for us. It's looking to do our homework as best we can, and but ultimately just commit to our plans that we want to do as a team, and go out and play with that freedom, which you come to these sorts of events, and there are match winners throughout, and Finchie is absolutely one of those, and so is Trent, and there'll be a number of great contests throughout this tournament. So anybody can beat anybody, and it certainly makes way for a pretty exciting event. I think what we have seen with the T20 game is that it's evolved cricket in the other formats, and it's certainly challenged players to improve and explore different options to try and get better and be effective in this format of the game. So we'll have to see, but it's come a long way since the T20 format started and where it is today. And you almost start off with extremes and everybody's in a rush, and then it sort of settles a little bit, and then you start seeing some pretty inventive cricket, whether it's batsmen switch hitting or it's bowlers looking to come up with some funky plans. So yeah, it's been a pretty incredible journey, this T20 format, where players are always having to evolve to the challenges that they're facing.
New Zealand, I think, Callum.
Great. Thanks very much, Willie. I think that wraps us up for time. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining here in the SCG and also on Zoom.